DJ Steady and Company, where the vibes stay grown, the talk stay crazy, and the energy always crazy. Kick back, let that beat hit, and let us talk to you nice tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know y'all missed this space, but I'm back in the place because I'm going at my own pace. Because guess what? It's a marathon, not a race. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? DJ Steady is back live, and my brother from another hit me up and said, Steady, we got to take something live. I got to get something off my chest. So who better way to do it than set it up on live with DJ Steady and Company? Y'all know the man. He's the GOAT for real, the Zydecoach. You know what I'm saying? Out here doing big things, making big moves, and I'll let him explain what he got going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's tap in.
My man, what's good, baby?
Man, what's going on, brother?
A little bit of everything right now, steady, man. I don't know if you've seen, I did a baseball camp about two
Oh,
weeks ago. We gave out
okay.
hot dogs and stuff like that to the kids, juice and stuff like that. I know you've been looking for me live, with my
Yeah,
thing, doing my thing. Well, I got something special cooking up right now. If you notice, I've been kind of hitting you up, asking you a few questions about some stuff. Always
right.
got it's good to have friends that know the game and you could always go to in situations like that and be like, hey, and it's never no, I'm gonna short you because I do the same or something similar. So that's very loyal and that's very real. But man, there's a lot of good things we working on right now. And the biggest thing for me is just what I always say, consistency. So, sometimes you got to take a nice little break at things to give it a different way to grow and glow. And at the same time, kind of give people time to miss you, you know. See
Right.
what's really going on. You're gonna really see who supports you and which ways when you take that little break. And man, the DM's been crazy. A lot of these bands really been hitting me up, man, just trying to figure out what's going on. Like I told them, I see I'm really building something better for y'all. That was a stepping stone to get it going, get you guys out there, get y'all promoted. But now I'm on the level to where we're about to take it up a notch, you
Okay.
know. So just like I popped out on them running the music, I popped out on them with the band, it's time to revamp again. And that's where I'm at with that. Then to move back home to Louisiana, that changed a lot of stuff. Because now I'm back where I grew up, back home, and I'm revamping a lot of the things I once did. When I took a ride around my hometown, bro, it was just like I started to notice, like, man, what is it for a lot of these kids to do? I'm seeing they got a park that I played on my whole life knocked down. You know, they completely knocked the park down and turned it into a parking lot, and that was one of my favorite fields. So that was one thing. And then from there, just trying to get a kid something to do. And a lot of people ask, why we do what we do. But the biggest thing about it is for us is that I had a single mom, she had four of us, and she had to do what she had to do to raise us. And we couldn't afford really to go to those type of paid camps. A lot of them camps be $150, a lot of them camps be $200. Like, so the kids that can make it to those camps, that's kudos to them. But me being a guy I am and the experience I have within coaching and coaching a lot of these kids just from back home, I see that same vision just better now. So everything I do is basically free. It's gonna always be free. I get people to donate, shout out Louisiana's gunslingers, man, couldn't do it without y'all on the first count, and they didn't mind putting money behind making sure we had shirts and whatever else we needed. I want to shout out Coach Hunter Tab. Uh, I want to shout out Mike Hardy, man, Chief of Police in Evansville. He came out, just something positive, and they all have the same vision, man. We all want to see a lot of these kids make it, man. We know we can't save them all, and my goal, I really wish I could, and I try my best to do so. But we all know we was all a certain age at a certain time, and we all thought a certain way. So I don't expect nothing less of the kids when it comes sometimes to their judgment in certain situations, but I really wish they would use more of the God-given abilities that they have for positive and not negative. So that's the goal, man. We just want to help mentor and give these parents an opportunity for their kids to come out and showcase. I'm working on something huge for that as well.
Man,
I'm always working on something. A lot of people be like, "All you do is work and this, that, and the third." Or, well, I might not be on a clock at work, but I'm doing some other type of work that go with something that I do. Even if it's for Zydeco, even if it's for the camps. Which I revamped it, renamed to Camp Zydeco. So it's a lot of good things going on with that, and we just trying to build, bro, and that's the biggest thing. Just try and build and get these parents to jump on board, winning them over, letting them know that, hey, your child is good, but you need to find something else positive for them to do besides just run the streets. And it ain't that running the streets, because we ran them when we was kids, but it's what you seeing these days, it's what your kids can witness, is what can happen. It's the problem right now. Like,
Yeah.
so we definitely working on stuff like that, man. And just like I said, we want to build young men and women for the future, man. We don't want to see nobody kids go to jail. Like, and that's not my goal, because I know I was troubled at one point. And I thank God for the wisdom he gave me at a very young age to catch myself, because that could have been me at some point. So, and I just wish I had somebody there, somebody that's gonna listen. And that's what our coaches did for us. They actually listened, man. They paid us attention that other people would just kind of shrug off at that age. So I kind of listened to what they saying, although, you know, you're halfway listening, you just gotta catch the parts that you need to catch, because kids ramble, as
Yeah.
we know. They will ramble. So it's little things like that, but just letting them know somebody's listening to you is the key thing.
And not only that, like you said, come from that era of guidance that would kind of steer us on the right path. Coming from single parent homes, and some of us dealing with family members that was incarcerated and stuff like that. So it is
Correct.
kind of hard to find a positive outlook when all you know is the streets. So by creating, these different, barriers for these kids to come up and, hey man, I know it's easy to pick up a gun and do that, but you think it's gonna be easy to do 25 to life? Like, it's all fun and games, so you can't come home and somebody got to tell you when to get up and go to bed at the same time. Like, I don't think so. So I think I commemorate you for what you're doing now, like changing the game. We need it.
And my dream is for all constituents of Southwest Louisiana to become one. And Cam Zydecoach move throughout the entire Southwest Louisiana,
Yes, it
and
does.
we build something there. And it all starts with me being a leader and trying to make that move. Although I can't move everything by myself, but there's the right people coming on board. So for the detrimental betterment of everything and the whole entire Southwest Louisiana, which I love, it all starts with us as people. It all starts with us coming together, and we believe all constituents can do that. And we're gonna form one bond and make this a very popular thing, with the right people coming on board. So that's the biggest thing for me, steady. And it's just like I say, it's just about us getting parents out. That's the biggest thing for the parents to see. And that's why I try and share. But I see for this camp, I want to do a lot more footwork, kind of going around, because I mean, I've been in Houston for the longest. When I moved back home into my hometown, man, I can honestly tell you, man, I don't know. I don't know. Pinching to some of the folks that done moved out my way, since I done moved out the opposite way. So, it's all about getting to know them and letting them know who you are, and you know, just what you do and what you're looking to do. And a lot of parents gonna eventually come on board. Like the turnout's gonna continue to get better, and that's my biggest thing. I'm not looking for it to jump overnight. Take a certain amount of kids, first few camps, take them, and eventually everybody gonna start to come around. So that's the biggest thing. Um, Outside of sports, I'm working on Squareto and Camo Part 2 this year.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing some on the Zydeco scene again this year. I'm already working in talks with one band, and I got another band that I'm kind of working with. This year might go down a little different. I'm looking to have maybe four bands this year. So it's coming together. It's gonna be a little surprise, and me, everything I do is kind of the newer bands. Uh, they deserve that opportunity to play and be seen. So I'm definitely gonna try and give them as much leeway as possible to come out and play. And we're gonna fill the stage. Last year was pretty successful. Few bumps, but it was pretty successful. So hopefully we can smooth it out this year and have a better event, even bigger, shall I say.
Yeah, and what better time to do it than the present time of now? It's 2026. Like you
Right.
said, it's all about elevating your craft and putting a lot of new faces on the forefront. Because it's easy for us to fall in love with the classics and the originals, but some of these new cats, man, they bringing a whole new sound, a whole new flavor, but still sticking to the original format.
Oh yeah. Well, I got a good group of supporters. Like I was saying, shout out Louisiana Gunslingers, man. Got to shout out Wide Play. Definitely got to shout out EXO, Butte Riders, Official H&H. Them groups there, they don't mind supporting what I do. And it's a bunch of good people in that group. I can honestly say in each one of those groups, uh, Wide Play and EXO throw two of the biggest events, that is on this side of town in Southwest Louisiana. So, it's good to have a group of that caliber backing you and supporting you. Shout out Reek, shout out Mike Broussard, the young bull that made his return. You know, um, Gotta shout out my people, man, because like I say, I know I can definitely reach out to them at any time and ask questions, or I could reach out to Reek, I could reach out to Jamal at any time, and I can get an answer about anything back. So I just want to give a special shout out to them, Alton and Turk and goddamnly Rob. Butte Riders, Official H&H, them guys, they always willing to look to come out and help out. So, it's a collaborative effort. Shout out Kurt Brown, man. You know, that guy there, man, he's really been a godsend. Without Kurt, none of this happening. I'm gonna just be honest with you, man. He's a very good guy. So, just surrounding myself with the right people to build, and that's the biggest thing for me. You got to keep people that have a good mentality, a positive thought train, and just the grit to go out and get it around you. And between my brother and shout out Deuce Tommy Willer, those guys, man, that's who I hang with on a daily. We just always trying to find ways to elevate in this world. You know, like I say, it all gonna go back to the word patience. We all gotta have that at times, but you sometimes you try and shoot out running and you still working on a master plan. You can't run with
Right.
no plan because where you going? I get to the corner, I'm looking both ways. I ain't got nowhere to go. So I gotta make sure I have that mapped out when I do things. So I definitely take my time. I keep my clipboard.
Yeah.
Clipboard always on my dashboard.
You always got a clipboard.
I'm always on it. You know it for a
Yeah.
fact. I always have that
Yeah.
clipboard.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of things going on. One sheet you might look at something about basketball, something about football. The next sheet you like, oh, he doing his maintenance director work. Like it's the sheets gonna always roll. So that's the biggest thing. And right now I'm pouring so much into Camp Zydecoach that I kind of let Zydecoach reload and take that mental break he needed to take.
Right.
At the end of the day, those names go two different streets. When people hear that, he's like, oh, you call no, no, no. These are branded names that are both run in two different directions. I'm David Strickland, but these two names, I have to be them as well, and that's me as well. But they have two different streets they got to take off of. When I'm back home, I'm Papa. So hey, that's a So hey, look, hey, they floating, So and then I'm working on starting me a side company, and that's another thing steady, like it's a lot of good coming out of it, and just like I say, the right people, and that's the biggest thing.
I
You gotta
love it.
have the right people around you, and like I say, you a good friend, and it all started at Sharpview.
Absolutely.
Hey, and look at the acceleration from there, just between the two of us since being at Sharpview, and since you left, and then I done left. I mean, I left in February, but you had left way before that. But just to see the difference, the work ethic you brought every day. And I'm that coach in that building. So I'm in there, hey, hump it out. Let's go. Hey, I want to see you get
Yeah.
to the next level. I don't want to see you sitting down. I want to see you get up. Let me see you. Hey, what you in that room for? I understand why that resident on the other side, you know the name. Due to HIPAA violation, I won't say it. But that resident on the other side, hey, you know why he laying down, but I don't know why in the hell you laying down. You
Right.
get your tail up, you get your rehabilitation so you can get out of here. And that was the goal, that was the plan, and that's what you did. And look at you now. So, I always try and bring that, we got this lady at work. Somebody asked her, man, he happy every day, huh? This dude here just, and she like, I don't know what he have in the morning, but hey, I wish I can drink. And I tell all the time, man, look, I get paid to be here. I'm getting paid good to wear this smile, and I want to make sure I keep getting paid good. And hey, I'm gonna give it to you now. You want to see my face when I'm not paid? So look,
Yeah.
look, you want to see me not happy? Mess around with one of them check. I promise you right then and
Yeah.
there. Hey, he ain't happy no more. I'm
You ain't got to
telling you,
worry about it no.
he ain't happy no more.
I ain't
Hey,
two-stepping line dancing
boy,
for nobody.
I'm on two-step, all right, in the backseat of that cop car, because I'm about to cut up. Y'all gonna see a different face. Y'all ain't gonna meet Mr. Strickland. Y'all gonna meet David. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah.
Boy, don't that
But
piss a
I'm
black
telling
man
you,
off when you play with that
hey,
money. You play with the
hey,
black man coins. That's all he
they
got to
don't
come to work.
understand. They don't understand. Talk about what I'm drinking in the morning. Money. That's what the hell I'm drinking. I know what I'm coming get. Blue faces. Back in the gap, they was green, but they blue faces now, and they pretty. But I tell you what, you want to see me pissed off? Let me not get paid on time. And I know exactly what time to check that account and see if that check hit. And it's gonna be on a Thursday night. So look, let that sucker not hit by Monday morning time to clock in. You're gonna meet a different me.
Definitely, and
Now
that's
look,
real.
look, Steady, you gonna think I'm schizophrenic then. Cause if it hit at 11 o'clock and you there, the attitude didn't change. I'm coming to apologize. I'm so sorry if I crashed out on you this morning. I'm so
But
sorry.
that's the thing about when you're dealing with positive, good people, like that people that just get up and do their thing. All it, we put that smile on like it's armor because we know whatever we going through internally, we don't let it show externally. So we get out there on that field and we gonna make sure that everybody around us stay uplifted. But like you say, catch us on that one time where things ain't going right, and that
Come,
because they never expect people like us to be the ones
Steady.
to do the crash out and
Hey,
do the dummy.
hey, hey, they changed the whole perception about you.
It will. Oh, he always smiling. Do mess with them coins, and don't you see? I ain't coming in with no work boots on. I'm coming in with the stepper boots.
Hey,
Kick all
I,
those off the hinges.
I own the shop now. Don't tell me for
I'm
you
kicking all those off the hinges.
man.
Won't let another plasma TV get hung up in this bitch.
Nada, nada, nada. Ain't nobody get nothing. You don't play with that there? Oh no, indeed not. Mm-mm.
No, bro, they don't
You can,
understand. Patience
hey,
is
you can
big.
short me. We could fix you short me, but when that thing don't dot that eye, we got a whole nother problem.
We
Your eye
got a
might get
whole.
dotted. Your
You know I've been saving them. You know I'm trying to take care of the family, and you want to play with my coins? It ain't even about me. It's what I do when I get this money.
come on
Like
now.
people understand we could have lived a total savage life and really be out here and jack boys and knocking folks over for real. I'm actually
Hey,
trying to clock in and clock out legally.
they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Hey, people work too hard for what they got now. I'm
Man,
telling you, I will pepper you behind what I need, and that's them
for real.
blue faces.
Know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, we all got stuff we go through in our personal life, but that work life, like you said, when you put on that character and that alter ego have to come in and be a whole nother person outside of who David is, and I have to smile and yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Let me show you this. Let me do that. And sometimes it just grind your gears because it could be basic stuff
Hey,
will piss you
Stanley.
off because you be sitting there
Hey,
like, I know what.
let me tell you something. Hey, you crash out so bad. Look, I'm telling you that perception changed. You'd be like, hey, yeah, don't let that smile fool you. Fuckers crazy. I'm telling you, hey, out the gate, they about to tell you. Let me tell you why, Steady. Because they ain't never seen that come out you. So now they know what you're hiding underneath that smile. I don't want you to know what I hide underneath this smile. Let that stay underneath this smile. So look, pay me on time, and you can you can talk to me how the fuck you want Monday through Friday. I don't
Amen.
give a
That's
damn. I ain't gonna lie. You know what words not to say? Because I promise you.
tread very lightly, very, very lightly. You know what I'm saying? Then you had those days where you were dealing with losses of family members and friends, so your mental state was already kind of unbalanced. Like them be them days was like I'm here, but mentally I'm not here. And we had those sidebar conversations, so I know what it's like to be like, all right, today not the day you want to clown with somebody that's emotionally just not here.
Steady, but you knew one thing. They like to play games in there. You see,
They do.
I'm gonna warn you. I'm gonna warn you. I'm gonna tell
What's
you straight up. You know, I'm gonna warn you. Like, hey, hey, all right now. And you know, that was one of the reasons I end up resigning right there. Uh, this new lady, she liked it to test you at the worst moment, and it's the worst ways. She spoke so derogatory, and
mm,
it's nasty, man. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and it wasn't necessarily with me, but it's with my staff.
right? But it's your staff, so that's still a direct representation of you.
Right. And she tried to stir stuff up and on and on. So what I did, Steady, the last 2 or 3 weeks, everything she had on her list, we checked it off. But I'm knowing why. I'm making you a believer. I'm making you a believer. Excuse me. I'm making you a believer before I leave you. And that
Hmm.
was the thing. I knew I was leaving.
Yeah.
I made I made one call on a Sunday, and by the following Monday, I moved back to Louisiana. What they didn't understand that I kept telling them is I got friends that I can call that ain't no average Joes. And they really sat up there and played it for a game. Steady, I'm telling you. I sat up there, I called my partner. I said, man, look, I said I'm ready to move back home. I need a job. He said, I got something for you. He said, give me a couple of days, I'll call you. All right. Man, shit, by the Wednesday. Matter of fact, on the way back to Houston, that same Sunday, he asked me for my resume. I sent it to him. That Tuesday, he was sending me my hiring packet. I told them, hey, shit, the way the women had done disrespected me steady.
Enough was enough.
I never fight fire with fire. But in this instant right here, you see all the disrespect you displayed, you didn't earn my respect. So it's not gonna be given. So
There
I
you
didn't
go.
only tell you, I told all the supervisors while we had our meeting at the same time, hey, Tuesday gonna be my last day. I'm resigning as maintenance director. Man, I'm telling you, boy, the faces, the looks in there.
I already know. I already know it.
You know how they love me over there. So
Yeah.
like you the new outcast, and he been here. The sweetest thing we got in here, like this gentleman, look out for it. So they knew what y'all was losing the asset. And that's not to brag, but they knew what they was losing.
Right.
When I left, one of my employees left. He left the Saturday. He told me, he said, nah, I told you I'd stick it out with you. Step, if you under, yo, what's up, boy? Step said, I told you I'd ride it out with you. He said, but I'm going now, D. You leaving. And he bounced. You heard me? He bounced. There two that stayed. I mean, they tried to weasel their way into the position by trying to throw me under the bus and all. You know, all that gets back to you. I don't care. You talking there. I got people that's up
Mm.
there that's gonna tell me. Yeah, they tried that, and guess where it got them? The same position where I had them at. Y'all seem sneaky, and y'all made yourself look bad because regardless of what she told me, I defended my guys.
Right. That's what a leader
Y'all,
does. That's what a general does.
when I leave, y'all try to slide the same guy that gave y'all opportunity. I mean, we in Houston. You know when a position open, you know how many people applying for that position?
Yeah, they're jumping on it.
And I've never, steady, I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. I've never, since I took over as director, they asked me what I want to start somebody off with. They tell me the pay scale. If they tell me it's between 18 and 1550, I'm gonna start you off with 18. I will always get you your highest pay. Them guys ain't had to do much or nothing. And I made sure it was easy. Steady, I did more work than they did
I
because
already,
I would pick up where y'all leave off. Like I'm saving y'all because y'all safety habits is very unsafe, and I'm trying to teach y'all what it is to actually work. You see, the job look easy until you gotta do it.
facts.
Like I tell them, hey, y'all say what y'all want. You call corporate right now. They'll tell you what I did for state last year, and I did better than the person who taught me how to run a building.
And did that with a short notice time. I remember that. They just threw it at you and was like, huh, this is what's gonna happen. You got
I
like
was in a big boy game, ain't know the game, didn't know how to swim, and I was in trouble.
for
You
sure.
feel me? When I
For
took
sure.
that position, I was in trouble because we in our audit window, and then boom, bow, bam, and people came. But it was one thing I knew. I remembered what we got tagged on under previous administration the year before, and I was
Okay.
ready. Steady, you know what they hit me with? They hit me with this fire sprinklers in the laundry room had dust on it.
Wow.
Not a big cotton ball of dust, no, a little dust. That was one. The second tag I had, and it was just really just like cleanup things that I picked up right then and there. The second thing I had was when we took the ceiling tile off, the cheap clay that they like to order fell off the wire. So when we was looking for where the clay go and she pointed out the wire, the whole wall, the whole building is clayed down. One single wire. I fixed that right then and there. And it was the screens on the window from the cats. That was my three tags. It was nothing that can get us a major tag. It was nothing. It was all minus. Corporate called down to talk to me about that. My boss raved about that. Like, I took a big boy position and I was prepared. I didn't have no egress problems, none of that, because I knew. And they gave me the book of tags from the year before. I mean, I read that whole list. I was ready. Shit, if I open that folder right now, I probably still got generator logs in there.
You're right.
I took the job and I took it serious. And you knew my care for the residents was always A1. That's
Superb.
why the families called up there asking for me by name. They
Yes,
called for
sir.
me, asked for me by name. And I
Yes, sir.
still get reports about family members trying to figure out where I'm at. You feel me? So that made me feel good. They let me know my mission was complete there. It's just like, it's business. She had her certain agenda, and I just felt like me and her didn't mesh. And she just needed to find somebody to meet her standards of who she wanted somebody to be. My previous administrator and me, we changed the outlook of Sharpview. I don't know when the last time you've been there, but man, you get a chance, go take a look at that building. All that work was done under my jurisdiction. You understand me? And it makes me feel good to know that I helped change the look of the building. That's what I did.
And not only that, not just changing the look of the building, you was changing the way residents felt being in that building. It became not just, oh, this is just a place I'm just stuck here, possibly for the rest of my life till I'm, gone on home. But it was just like people, if you like me, you dig energy, you dig vibes. Nobody wants to be in a place and you already elderly, and then you gotta the building run down and everything piss poor. That's gonna make you feel like, hey, I'm just going ahead and rush my time home.
You know, this was my thing, steady. And I'm gonna be honest with you of my viewing of working at the nursing home. We got people in there from all type of ages, young, old, some of them younger than me in there.
Right.
And these are from accidents and, you know, bodily, natural body things. If somebody not knowing they have a tumor, stuff like steady. You never know when I can get an accident and that can be me. And I would want somebody like me checking on me. Life
Facts.
happens so fast to everybody. And I'm so serious when I tell you this. I'm so serious, bro. That can be anybody at any instant because a lot of people don't go to the doctor. You don't know what you got going on inside. You might feel fine. And I can go to the doctor tomorrow and then people tell me some news that I never thought I'd hear.
Right.
So if it's one thing I'm gonna do as a person is try and treat somebody as good as I can and as great as I can. I miss Oliver when his family took him and moved him to a different facility. This man was a young man. He had a stroke, and he still moved around. He just didn't have his full essentials that he once had. Like, and I'm like, man, Lord, I thank God for where I'm at. When I meet residents that come in there younger than me and they telling me like what happened, like, dog, I flipped off a curb 4 years ago. Matter of fact, the 7th of April gonna make 4 years ago. I flipped off a curb, flipped. I mean, you know these Louisiana curves. They are dead man curves.
Oh yeah.
Man, I come off one of them suckers, man, steady about 100 miles an hour. Flipped 4 times, landed on my driver's side door. I had to call out my sunroof because I thought my car was gonna catch fire. This is a week before my daughter was born, man. My daughter could have been born with no father. And the state trooper told me that night. He was like, man, I have never seen nobody come out walking this curb. Normally they either gotta go to the hospital, they tow up, or they dead. Like,
Straight
and that's
up.
serious, man. Like, so God spared me once, and I never put him in a situation the way you have to do it twice. I drive different, I move
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, steady, I could have been one, if not done. And that's
Indeed.
as serious as I can get it, my brother. Like a lot of things change your life. And my daughter, she really just that was a complete overhaul from that. She took my heart, and that's my baby, man. Like I got I gotta make sure I'm here for my kids, you know?
You have to, bro.
And
That's what I'm saying. That's what changes the game is when we're no longer living for ourselves. It's like, yeah, of course, me, I can do the dummy anytime if it's just on me. I accept that graciously. But you got kids, like you got seeds, you got to watch them grow. You got to watch, like they need you. And ain't nobody gonna do you better than you.
that is true. That is true. And that's why I try and do everything I can to make sure, Hey, let me tell you something about us, Steady. I don't know who done taught her about ordering stuff. The girl don't say, hey, look, dog. The girl don't say, hey, daddy. I'm telling you, this child got on the phone with me early. I'm like, hey, baby, what's going on? Daddy, you gonna order me a scooter? I'm like, well, Daddy can go to the store and get you a scooter if you want a scooter. She's like, Daddy, you gonna order me a cake? I'm like, yeah, I'm ordering you a cake. She's like, you can order me a toy? I say, hold on. I say, girl, who done told you about ordering? And why in the hell I gotta go? Like, I said, Daddy can go get you that from the store. Now, you see these 2026 kids, these 2020 babies, you see how the world has changed? The child talk about ordering, dog. Like, hey, I had to ask her mom, I'm like, hey, who telling this girl about ordering stuff? Because it sounds like she want, like, hey, like, somebody got to tell me something now. Come on now,
Got
Steady.
to.
Like,
Because
oh,
once you in that realm, you never come out of it. It's just
yeah. And I had
your
to tell her
conversation
mama.
gonna be
Every time she wants something, stop telling her to ask her daddy. God damn, you ain't gonna buy nothing. Hey, look, man, look. Now you know daddy ain't gonna say no. So what you gonna do is you gonna set daddy up. Daddy can't. I can't tell my baby no, and she don't hear me say no. So it's daddy. Will you? And it's like, Lord, I hope this child will ever ask me for $1 million.
because
That's gonna be the day daddy gotta tell you no. You heard me? Or I gotta say your Christmas like, bro, like, god damn. And it's like, girl. I already paid for you. I got to send money over there every month. I send money over there now. Now your mama getting to keep that and throwing me under the bus and telling daddy to get it. Oh
that
no.
boy, don't put your heart in the bag worse than that. Because you know, of course, by her being daddy's little girl, daddy still gonna make sure you straight on top of what I'm already doing. But it's the principle of the matter of, hey, I thought we had a better understanding as adults than that. Like I'm already taking care of that. I'm already taking care of plan A. You want me to tile B, C, and D?
You got
Like
nerve to tell your mama good morning and stuff, and when you get on the phone with me, you get straight down to business. Listen, I need a
mhm.
new scooter. Listen, I want a toy and I want a cake for like you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hold on. Daddy don't get a hey. Not a what's
Yeah,
up. It's straight to business, daddy. Daddy, you gonna buy? Daddy, you gonna send? They go ask me for some money. I say, so Ray, what bills you got to pay?
there you go.
Little
You
girl.
have to.
She
Yeah.
want she want that she want that fatty already. I may have to send her a couple of dollars, but god damn, man.
Right. But you want to keep that moral of don't expect that all the time because dreams can be crushed easily.
This my thing, steady. This is what I wanted to know. You ain't gotta go get a little nigga out there to do it for you. You call your daddy and your daddy will get you and send you whatever the hell you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
You don't need him. You damn right. You don't need to fix a flat. Oh no, and if he can't fix one, mama leave him alone. Straight up. You don't know what he doing. The boy gonna drop that cone in his leg. Get him from right there. That's what I'm talking about. You can't change your brick. He got to go. My baby
Got
don't
to go.
need your money. She gonna call her daddy. So if she like you, she just like you. Treat my baby right. And I don't want
Yeah.
no more little girls. I don't want no more little girls. I want it to be my only. Steady. Listen. I man. Hey, I'm good. I got Fat
Fatherhood.
Joe. I got Fat Joe, and I got her. And Fat Joe, he just want to drink his bottle and eat his Royal Oaks. Him, that motherfucker there.
Right. Yeah, I love everything you got going on for yourself, man. I hear nothing but positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who you is anyway. Like you said, we got the camp stuff coming down the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? We're finna get ready to get the Zydecoach stuff back together. Like, still being a dedicated father. Like that's what it's all about. And then still having the nerve to say, I'm thankful. I'm grateful.
You
You
want to
know?
know the crazy part? You want to know that, and that's everyday stuff. Nobody still don't know what it's like to deal with life as a man. You know what I'm saying? It's hey, steady. It's times where dog, it gets real, man. And like, with all that I say and do, I still gotta live as the individual and it be hard. Like a lot of people will not understand. Like I said, you say you tapped on it earlier, still waking up with a smile and going to work and making everybody else day. And what they don't know is when you get off, you back in this mental place where the walls up and it's you versus you, and it's like, what you gonna do? I still have personal goals that I want to achieve, that I need to really buckle down on and really handle. Like, and it'd be a fight, just kind of like, well, I'm gonna find the time. I really feel like it's not enough time in the day for me,
Right.
because it's like I be juggling all this sometime, and man, life really kicks your ass, and you just get this mental fatigue. You get this mental fatigue, and then you get this physical fatigue, and it's like, well, damn, my body tired, but it all starts with the mental. Your brain control all your extremities, so when that get tired, what it's gonna do to you, to the rest of your body? It's gonna weigh you down, and that's why on Sundays I try and take keywords. I try and take these little mental breaks by just relaxing. Like Sundays, I really don't like to get up too much. I like to lay down. I like to just kind of lounge, watch the games, whatever's on, basketball, football, baseball. I will watch a game, and just take this break to get ready for the work week, reboost myself, revamp myself, give myself this time to just kind of flush everything that's going on. And it'd be a lot, man. But we find ways as men to get through shit and over shit and around shit. So it's all I can say.
Right. Because at the end of the day, all we got is us. There is no community because, of course, there's the stereotype. Like, we can go down the pipeline of things, but as a black man, there is no failure for a black man. It's work, 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 grind, grind, grind. There is no, oh, you want to sit on the couch day? There is none of that. And that's some of the biggest problems is that because, like you said, nobody paying attention to the black man's mental. All that weighs heavy is the crown because hey,
Yes,
I gotta
indeed.
juggle being black in America. I gotta juggle, trying to keep a sustainable job. I gotta juggle being a father. You know what I'm saying? I gotta juggle all so many different things. It's
I gotta
exhausting.
maintain how I act in public because I got so many names floating around out here. You can't have the wrong perception. You can't have people seeing you do this. You can't get seen doing that. So it's protected. So it's like, at what point do I feel no? So that's why being back in, you see, in Texas, everybody knew me as this, maintenance director or
Yeah,
Zydecoach reloading. Nobody really knew.
yeah,
David, you got to talk to David. You get to talk to David. You get to hear me talk you know, that different side. And now it's like I'm home. So I have so much, I done built up so much here before I left that instantly now a lot of people just know me by Zydecoach Coach and just Cam Zydecoach, Coach David. So now I have so much more to protect with so much more alcohol, as we know, and so much more events, as we know. And I gotta make sure when I go out, I have a decent amount of drinks. Like I went to the trail ride the other day. Now I went that kind of juiced up, but I took my time once I got there because I gotta have this certain image. I'm here, catch the bands, talking to people, kind of working deals about doing, future events, stuff like that. So I have so much more to protect. And now it's like gotta make sure I do everything right, steady. I gotta make sure right, and I gotta step out right, and yeah, there's a lot more to protect, though.
yeah. Big brand business, big brand business. Because when you're chasing something and something successful, you want it to make sure that it stays legit. Because all it takes is that it takes a split second to lose all that. And we're living in that era where everything got to be on camera now. Everything gonna be, oh, okay, you think you missed this, but wait till they see this video of you doing that night you was acting a fool. We don't get a break. Like we don't get that break. It's like you have to remain in character. Just like you put on a suit for a job,
I
whoever
gotta
you
wear one. Hey, and look, I gotta wear one, and I got different type of suits.
exactly.
I gotta wear different type of suits. Do this tie match? Fuck, it don't matter. Just throw that over the side. Let me tell you something, man.
You know,
But shit, man, steady, man. I appreciate you having me on, man, and
yes, sir.
this was perfect, man. I really thank you. And man, look, whatever you need, you can always reach out to me and we can always kick it and shoot the shit, brother.
I appreciate it, man. That's love right there, ladies and gentlemen. I love my brother for real. I needed this night.
Man, real talk. Love you too, bro. Thank you, man. I'm out of here.
All right, y'all.